Right, and I think we're live. Good evening and welcome. We are Board Game Opinions. My name's Jonathan.
I'm Dave.
I'm Paul.
I'm Steve.
And we are playing Hanabi. Matt will be turning up in a bit. He's a little bit late tonight. Fancy that. And we're
doing deliveries.
Oh, okay, right. Fair enough. We are playing the Black Powder expansion, so we're just going to have a go kind of for fun, if you like, before Matt turns up. I will sort out Dave's camera in a second. But we're going to just launch in, I think. So.
All right. Well, I've had a lot of time to think about this.
Yeah.
And I think I have an excellent clue.
Okay.
That seems like a good clue. Oh, one thing I did think was I've got this stand, and I think it might actually go on top of my computer.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave.
Much better.
That's better, yeah.
It feels weird.
Yeah, I need to adjust your camera now a little bit, but you know, that works perfectly. Right, so what are we doing? What are we doing?
You've got a tough clue here, Jonathan.
Yeah, interesting. How do I switch? You know, there's an option to change it to.
Yeah, you want to go.
No, sorry, I can see them here. They're on there.
Yeah.
So I think. Oh. Well. I think I need to do that.
Dave has just typed 5 into the chat.
Okay.
Illegal communication. 42. 42 factorial. That's huge.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I've got to be careful if I'm going to put my phone there. Let's just say that.
Did it fall off?
It did. It's a stand that's not really meant for. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I will start by playing this card. Or
I got that wrong.
In 6 weeks.
6 weeks or 10 factorial seconds.
Does it work out exactly?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating.
A week's got 7 days, so that's where your 7 comes
Yeah.
from factor-wise.
Yeah, and the 24 hours a day.
24, 60, 60.
Yeah. That's clever.
Yeah.
Dave, I think it's you.
yeah, I was just thinking, should I?
Okay, that's fine as long as you're thinking.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully those pictures are a little bit clearer. If you're not, if you're watching and you're not sure about this black suit, essentially we play them in reverse order. What did Steve do? He said they're green. Okay, in that case, I think we do that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, we're very lucky with that green too.
Yeah. Like, Interesting.
The logic is that Paul thinks he's probably got it anyway, because Dave let him throw it away.
Yes, but obviously he realises now it was in his. He's only just picked him up after discarding the other one. I guess we do that. Yeah, the black suits have to be played in reverse order. So you play the black 5 first, then the 4, then the 3, then the 2, then the 1. And the distribution is the opposite way around as well. So there's actually 3 black 5s, but only 1 black 1.
Dave has no force. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so much easier with our convention. The 0 clues.
Hmm. We'll see what happens. So you can see it's actually quite difficult to get the black 5 play because you can't clue colour on black cards. They just don't show up. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd play that, Paul.
I think he's got to, because if he had the green 3, he wouldn't have clued mine. Has to be multicolored.
Yeah, I know it's not the
Yeah.
green 3.
Oh.
Yeah,
but
the
the
three
thing is-
clues and that, right?
Yeah, it tells him it's all handy. The other one's either the green 4, but it's probably not the green 4. It's probably multicolored too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so then when you clue the 3, I know I have to play. And I assume it's a play clue, which means I have to play them the other way around.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I didn't have the green 3, it would have been a bit more difficult on Paul's hand, I think.
Hmm. Hmm. So this puts Paul's hand in a slightly awkward position.
Does.
Once Matt arrives, we will try commentating again, as I think that works well.
Hmm. That. Huh.
Steve. Hmm. Steve, you've just been cleared red.
Yeah, I've just seen. Sorry.
Well, that's something.
All right. Let's do that then.
Seems good. Hmm. Where were the ones? Matt's online. I'll tell you what though, he's going to mess with my my nice pictures as soon as I let him in the room.
Well,
Right.
there's an easy solution to that then.
It seems to be quite slow playing. So I'm just going to let him in and then I'm going to fix the pictures. So apologies as all our pictures go wrong now. There we go. And in fact, if I do that, you can at least see everyone. Oh, but everyone's in the wrong place.
Do you want to mute, Matt?
Hi, Merlin.
That's not Merlin, that's Bracken.
Oh, okay.
That was all of them in a chorus.
That's one of my favourite shirts that you own, Matt. I don't know if you can read the whole thing, Carl. I stole a shirt from Hole in the Sky. Why he had a shirt saying this, I'll never know. I love it. Oh, I've been include 3, have I? Okay, so I go
Oi.
white.
I already
sorry.
cleared that.
Sorry. It's harder
Oh.
to spot them.
Eve.
It's harder to spot them, sorry.
You cleared exactly the same clue that Dave gave.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
like Dave could have played and let me do that, so I don't know why Dave did it. In my head, I'm thinking he's going to play, and then I could do that.
Whilst then Paul
No.
doesn't know to give that clue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, in fact, I probably would have given a different clue,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you can see.
Yes.
I don't think Steve's gonna.
Right, I should be playing here, but give me a sec.
I'm not quite sure what to do with Dave. Dave seems to have a knack of moving his head out of shot. There we go. Oh, and now he's moved his head back. So now my alteration is not working. I think I'm just going to leave him where he is.
It's just kept it where I don't normally have it.
Yeah. Right, Steve now is too far down. Let's put Steve in the right place.
I'm too high up.
That's good.
Like,
He's too small, that's why.
Yeah. Get bigger.
I'm just going to do this.
All right, that's Steve. Paul, stop that. Well, what did you do? You said
I clued
threes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what you would clue there, Steve.
I think that doesn't get in the way of anything that's happened.
No, and yeah, I agree.
Okay, fair enough. All right. I don't think I can clue Jonathan.
Yeah, I don't think I can take that any other way, really.
Well, why haven't I played my 3?
Possibly because...
There were two playable 3s, so why haven't I played it twice?
I mean, in this situation, I think I have to assume that there's a double discard issue. If I've got one of the 3s that match Dave's 3s.
Could be.
Dave's is a safe clue, yeah?
Dave's clue?
When I clue Dave, that's not a play clue.
Yeah. But I just discard because...
Well, why haven't I played my 3?
Because if I have a matching 3, you've got to save one of them.
But there's 2 playable 3s, so he would have saved yours if you had one on the chop. It's nowhere near the chop.
I don't know that I can infer a play from that.
Okay. All right. Because you can't see it's a finesse, basically, so I know how to play it. But...
And I guess, I mean, yeah, the fact that I'm not playing...
Well, the first time you had to play the white one, and then I didn't play it again because you also had another card that precedes a 3, I guess.
But I don't think I can, if yours is playable, I don't think I can...
When I don't play it twice?
Yeah, that doesn't mean I should be playing something else, I don't think.
Yeah, it depends what's...
Well, if I'm not playing it twice, then I think it's a finesse. And so when there's 2 times I don't play it, and I could...
If you discarded, I think I would get it.
Okay.
But if you're cluing, I've got to think there's a reason you're cluing instead of playing.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on what clues you're giving, if they seem like important clues, maybe...
Yeah. Okay. Did you get everything done today, Matt?
Yep.
Have you marked them all as delivered, or do you want me to do that now?
Just checking that there's none that I've missed marking as delivered, but I think I have.
Very good.
Yep.
Still says I've got 28.
Yeah,
I've had 5 more this evening.
I know. So we've got Digimon, Collector's Booster, Digimon, Commander deck.
Dave, do you have a lamp?
Commander deck. Who, me?
Dave.
Oh, Dave. Yeah.
Do I have a lap?
A lamp to shine on your face. You're in the darkness.
That sort of helps. Right, Steve told me about a 2.
Oh, yeah, there you go. No, that's worse, actually, Dave. Switch it off.
Okay.
wasn't a
What?
save, so it was a play. It wasn't a save because it wasn't on your chop.
Yeah. So I took it as a play.
But you already had another card you could play.
Yeah, I realise.
And so, regardless of whether that 2 is blue, yellow, or black, you shouldn't play it because then you force Dave to play.
I think that's really hard.
I mean, if I just want you to
I
play the
would've-
2, I just let you play the red card first and then clue you 2 next time, don't I? Right. I don't know. What am I meant to do? I can't clue Dave's 3. The only way to get that 3 played is to finesse it. So I finessed it.
Well, I know you've got a good clue coming up here, Steve, but I'm going to steal it because I want to get it.
Yeah, it's fine. No, that's fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
I think you need to let me play mine, the red one.
But then Dave, I mean, then what does Dave do? How do I clue the other card that I need to get Dave to play?
Well, I would clue him on not a 3.
Yeah,
But then
Get
he
him to
saves
play
it.
that one.
He saves it.
maybe.
He would save it. I can't do colour because he plays the wrong one. I can't do number because he saves it, and I can't do
As
zero
it turns
because
out,
he'll play the right.
as
most
it turns out, I don't think he saves it. So
Okay. I just thought with the other card he had that I can't zero it because he played the rightmost 3, thinking it's black,
Yep.
and I can't do colour, and I can't do number because he'd save it.
It's the fact that it's the wrong way around. I know it shouldn't matter, but it matters.
We haven't lost a suit yet.
No, I actually think we'll be fine.
Yeah, you have a lot more time in these games.
depends where the yellow 2s are.
Still 17 cards left.
Yeah, I played a game on the weekends where both green 3s were in the last 3 cards. Both green 2s, sorry, were in the last 3 cards.
Mm.
Mm.
It's always good.
It's weird, but I think I need to play this.
That is weird.
Okay.
Very weird. Hmm.
Why didn't I get clued yellow? Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Hmm.
Should be this should be a 30, I think. Unless there's a mistake and then we die.
It's all right, Matt.
Not in yet.
Jonathan did it. Jonathan did it when he was streaming by himself, like talking to himself.
We just have 3 cards left to play, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be fine. I think the one save is really difficult to see as well, I think.
Oh, I saw it, but Paul had a red card that he could throw away because all the red suits and the multicolored suits are gone, so it wasn't on his chop. It was in his hand for quite a while, but he knew he had another safe discard before he got to it. And if he threw the one away when he could have thrown the red one away, it's his fault, not ours.
Yeah. And I almost did.
There we go.
Right.
Easy.
2 points.
2.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's awful.
We need. Well, it's because we need Matt.
Yeah,
With
come on,
Matt,
Matt.
the average is lower.
Let's get mine. Are we?
That's what I'm for.
Are we doing black powder or are we not doing black powder?
I think we do black powder.
Yeah.
But can we play with 4 cards, please?
Yeah.
I think black powder with 3 cards is a bit too much of a challenge. We can move on to that. That could be our aim.
You could do the 3 cards with the flamboyance, though.
The flamboyants are just the bonuses for getting 5s out.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes it easier.
It does make it easier.
I'm
I'm happy with anything. Just an option.
Yeah, I prefer 4. I think I'm not that bothered about the flamboyance generally.
I think I echo that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let me check everything is correct here. Black powder is on, no variants, and we're off. Now I'm going to commentate on this one, so.
All right.
Talk about him behind his back again.
And you can, that's right, you can talk about me. Just waiting for Dave.
Have I not? Oh, sorry.
Right, now let me just alter the view slightly. I think we need to do that. There, you can just about see everyone. Again, the images are not next to the people, but they are in the right order at least. So I'm going to go with that. All right, so let me mute them. And then mute myself from them. Then remove my headphones so I can't hear them. And hopefully we can then play some Hanabi. Right, Steve's up. Just make sure this view is correct. You can see everything. Yeah, that's Dave at the bottom if I move that down slightly. Right, and Steve told Matt that he's got a 5. Now that is not on the chop. Yep, number on the chop being the rightmost card, the card you're about to discard next. Number on the chop means save, but that one's not on the chop. So if you just joined us, we are playing with the black powder expansion. I'm commentating on this expansion for the first time. You'll notice we have this black suit here, the extra suit, as well as the multicolored suit. So as well as multicolored cards like in Steve's hand here, we've got black cards like the ones in Matt's hand. And it's particularly difficult because they have to be played in reverse order. So you have to play the 5s first, then the 4, then the 3, then the 2, then the 1. And the distribution of cards is the other way around. So there's 3 5s, but only 1 black 1. So it's very important we don't discard the black 1 because there's only 1 of them. So that is not a number on the chop, which means it's a play clue. You can't clue colour on black cards. They just don't show up no matter what colour you use. So Matt should take that as a play clue. There we go, and play the card. But when we're so used to saving 5s, like wherever they are, you clue a 5 and generally it means save. And it's quite difficult. Right, so hang on a second. Matt played black. What did... Oh, Paul, I missed that. Paul said to Dave that he's got no 4s, so that's a 0 clue effectively, which means play your rightmost card, which is why he played that multicolored one into that spot. So now it's my go. Let me talk through thinking process. I'm looking for potential dangerous discards on the chop. There aren't any. There's no 5s on the chop. The black 1 is not on the chop. So then I'm looking for plays. Obviously we're looking for 1s. The only playable 1 is the green one. Green 2 is out as well, so we could actually finesse that. That would be quite nice. Other options, though, is that multicolour 2 could be played, and the multicolour 3 then would follow here, so I could finesse that. That would be quite nice as well. Steve, though, doesn't really have anything to do, so we can both give clues. So I can give one clue, and then Steve can give the other clue. I don't really want Steve to discard the white 2, but if I clue Matt's 3 finessing, sorry, Dave's 3 at the bottom, multicolour 3, which finesses the 2, then I think he will give her a reverse finesse clue on the green cards here. He will clue Paul's green card. Paul will discard the red 3, which is fine because there's a duplicate, and then Dave will play the green 1. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to clue, I have to think about this slightly carefully. I could clue green, you know, but I don't think I want to because it's going to get confused with the green clue here. So I'm going to clue something other than green. Blue looks good. So everyone looks at that and they go, that's basically a play clue on the multicolour 3, but the multicolour 2 is missing. So somebody else must have it, and everyone looks in everyone else's hand, and we can all see that Matt's got the multicolour 2, except for Matt. He obviously can't see his own cards in the same way I can't see my own cards. So when it gets around to Matt, he will play the multicolour 2. So Steve should look at that and go, right, the multicolour 2 gets played, then the multicolour 3 gets played. But he will also see that we need to get the green 1 played and be thinking, how can I clue that? But he's going to try and finesse, I imagine. Having said all this, I don't know what I've got in my hand. And it might be that I've got some cards that can be played. If I didn't think Steve definitely had a clue, I would save the 2 on the end, but it's actually really dangerous to save that at the moment because, in theory, the 5s could then get discarded. So Steve's hand is dangerous. You need to be very careful of that. But I think he's got a definite clue. So I don't need to worry about Steve discarding because I think he'll just clue. They might be discussing like why I've not clued. There we go. He's clued the green. But Paul, you see, will look at the green 1 and think, oh, mine can't be the green 1 because Dave's got the green 1. Even though there are multiple ones, generally you always wait for the other person to play it when you can see it. So that's a reverse finesse because they're going to get played in the wrong, well, not the wrong order, but Paul has to wait until the 1 gets played, and then when it comes back to him, he can play the 2. But the finesse I gave on the blue card, the multicolour card here, the blue, is like a normal finesse because Matt will play the 2 first, and then Dave can immediately play the 3. Although I'll tell you what's going to happen. Paul will do something. Matt will play his 2, but Dave will actually, I think, choose to play the 1 first because he can play the 3 later. But it allows, playing the green 1 allows Paul to play the green 2. Now, Paul just saved Steve's 2. Yeah, number on the chop means save. The problem, though, is that if Steve then discards, he's going to discard a 5. So when it comes back round to me, my top priority is to save these 5. So I will be cluing 5. Notice that because we've saved this 2 now, the new chop in Steve's hand is now the multicolour 5 spot. So if I clue number on this one, even if it includes other cards like the blue 5 here, then it will be a save clue. Yeah, we'll be saving both of those 5s effectively, which is good because we need to save them both. So Matt shouldn't really have any thinking to do here, I should say. He should just play the multicolour 2. Yeah, that is a clear finesse. I've clued play on Dave's hand. I'm saying play this multicolour 3, but we need the multicolour 2 to be played first. And he's played. Great. So now Dave, as I say, ought to be playing the green 1. Notice Matt has picked up the red 1. That is excellent because we've also got the red 2, 3, and 4 out. If we clue this well, we could get all of these played. But my priority is not to mess around with that. I need to save Steve's 5s because Steve then can clue. Yep, so that's a straight save clue. Now Steve, oh, this is slightly tricky because they've both drawn a red 1. We'll see what happens here. If he were to clue, oh, he's clued red. Okay, so that's a play clue because it's not number on the chop. He's saying play. Paul already knows that he's got this green 2 because it was finessed out the 1. So he'll be playing that 1. There it goes. He also knows because he can see the 1 that none of these are the red 1. However, Matt will look at Dave's 1 and think he doesn't have the 1. And so he will do something else. He might discard, which is fine because there are 2 4s. 2 black 4s, we can lose one of them. Notice we can't actually play the black 4 because the black 2 goes in reverse order. This always messes with my head, but up include yellow. But after the black 5 comes the black 4, so we can clue on one of Matt's 4s. He's not played, he's clued, you see. So the fact that he's not played should tell Dave that he doesn't think it's a finesse because he can see it in Dave's hand, so Dave should then play. Dave might play. Yeah, yes, he's played the 3. And this is the difficulty. If they've both got it, they both think the other one should be playing. And Dave might be thinking, why hasn't Matt played? He should have played. Now, I've included yellow. I should, in theory, look for a finesse. So is there a yellow 1 on anybody's most recent spot? No. The other thing it could be is a multicolour card. So really I should be looking for the multicolour 4, but that is also not in anyone's most recent spot. So that is just a straight play clue. However, before I play, I should look at what other people are going to do. We've run out of clues. The white area here is our clues left. The black area is clues used, and we've used them all. So if I play, I'm forcing Steve to discard. He would discard the white 3, which is fine. Paul, though, what will he do? He'll have a clue, and I suspect he'll try and clear up the mess here. Oh, we've got all these black cards. We definitely need to be clearing. So I think I just play. Steve then should, well, he'll have to discard. He doesn't have a choice. And then Paul, I think, will try and get some of these cards played. It's really difficult because of the double 1. If they didn't both have ones, one of them would have definitely played the one that they had. You notice Paul's cards are also in the wrong order. So that's another mess we're going to have to sort out a little bit later. But in theory, yeah, he's just discarded, which is interesting. I would not have expected the discard. We'll see what Matt does. Matt might play. Steve's drawn the green 3, which is good because that's playable. So we really don't want to lose that one. But equally, we don't want to lose all these black cards because we could get the 4, then the 3, then the 2 because they go in reverse order. Played if we clue this well. You see, both Dave and Matt are in a bit of a quandary here. The red clue from Steve on Paul's hand is definitely a play clue. So they know the red one is out there somewhere. And they can both see it in each other's hand. Oh my goodness, they've clued me. Oh, well, they've clued me green 4. Well, so I say green 4. They've clued me green, but I can see the green 3, which is the next one has to be played. So this should be the green 4. So what does Dave do? If Dave's figured it out, which I think at this point he should do, no, he hasn't. So they're both thinking, why isn't the other one playing the card? That's the problem. I can't play this yet because I'm waiting for Steve. Paul won't be playing. It doesn't matter if he discards that one. So I think actually we just let Dave discard these cards and I clear up the mess. No, I'm not. I'll tell you why. Because the white 1's come out, I want to finesse that out. It'd be better if Dave plays that because we're quite short on clues. I want to be as efficient as possible here. If I clue the white 1 here, in fact, I'll just do it and then explain it. Just double check that this is okay. It should be fine. I'm finessing the white 2. Steve should have realised that that clue was a finesse though, so he'll play the 3 here. But the white on the clue is telling Dave he can see that the 1 needs to be played. But Steve has clued Matt on the 1, thinking he's missed it all along. I reckon Matt would have played it by the time we got back round to him, but it's really difficult. It doesn't matter too much though, because Paul will have to discard. The yellow 1 is a safe discard. Matt will definitely play now because that's just a play the 1 card clue. Dave should realise my white clue is a finesse and will play the white 1. When it gets back round to Steve, he can play the green 3 or he can play the white 2. He will know now that they are both playable cards. So that's fine. And once Matt has played the red 1, right, Paul's just discarded, which is nice, it gets us a clue back. He's drawn the yellow 2 as well, which is good because we need to play that. We can always 0 Matt to get the black 4 played. It's a shame that we lost the black 3, but there's another black 3 out there. So it's not the end of the world. So there we go. The red 1 finally gets played. They're all talking now probably about the issue with the 1s. And Dave should realise it's finesse and play his most recent card, which is the white 1. Otherwise, what in the world does my clue mean when I clued white on Steve's hand? Obviously, well, I say obviously, it might be that a play clue on this. So he doesn't know. He's discarded. Okay, that's very strange. Doesn't really matter. We don't need the black 5. We've already played it. But why didn't he get that that was a finesse? It can't be the one in Matt's hand because it wasn't there when I clued white. The only other one that we could be finessing here is the multicolour 4. But I was the one that gave the clue. No one else has got the multicolour 4. So whether it's the multicolour 4 or the white one, he should have played it. Well, I can't play because I'm waiting for Steve to play. This is getting a little bit messy. So what can we do? How can we fix this? Clues might be an issue. I think I should be cluing Paul to say play the red 2 first and then go back and play the 3. And the way you actually do that is you clue the last card that can be played, because it would clear up Paul's hand. I could clue the yellow 2, but I think it's better to clear this up because he's expecting to play next. So I'll clue that. He clearly can't be playing the red 3 next because we need the red 2, so that tells him the middle one is the one he should be playing next, and then he'll go back and play this red 1. He'll always play the leftmost one. Steve at this point I think will play the... Nope, he's clued Matt to say he's got no 5, so that's a 0 clue, so he's saying play your rightmost card. So he was telling Matt to play the black 4, which is probably worth it. Notice the black 1 has shown up. There's only one of those. If we lose it, we're dead. So we really need to make sure that gets played. All right, so Matt's played that. Dave, I think we'll just discard. We're very short on clues. This is the problem, which is why we need to be clue efficient. Unfortunately, we've missed 2 finesses now, I think. We definitely missed the red one, yeah, and the white one. Missed the white one as well. Why did they miss it? They shouldn't have missed it. Well, Paul's fine. He'll just play that. Steve, I think, should be playing that. It doesn't matter if Matt discards now. Yeah, that's fine. Although we have picked up the... Oh, what the heck. I'm just going to clue him on his 1s because he can play both those 1s then. If Dave throws away the black 2, that's okay. I don't mind that. So I'm going to do that. Now, Steve can't clue. Okay, he's discarded it. So even though I think that should be a finesse, the fact that he's discarded forces me to play. So I'll just play when it gets back round to me. That's fine. Paul plays. He knows he can't play this other red 3 because it could be red or multicolored as far as he's concerned, but both of them now we don't need. So he knows that's a safe discard. Matt knows that's a play clue, so he should play, and we'll always play 1s left to right unless they're in your starting hand. Your starting 1s you play right to left, but after that always left to right, just like all the rest of the cards. So Matt should play the blue 1 first. When it eventually gets bound to him, he'll play back round to him, he'll play the white 1, and then when it gets back round to Steve, he'll play the white 2. So they should just go out. So it's actually fine, I think. It'd be nice if we could have saved the black 2, but not the end of the world. We do definitely need to save the black 1, though, by the time it gets back round to there. It's very hard to know if Steve is not playing the green 3, you see. Because he can see I've got it, or because he feels like there's more important things to do. Right, so that was a yellow clue on Steve's hand. That's just a straight play clue. There's no other finesse there. So I know I can play this. It ought to be the green 3. So I think that was really unfortunate because when they clued my green 3, it happened to be in Steve's most recent spot as well. So in actual fact, I don't think they should have clued that. I think they should have clued Steve's. Notice that his multicolour 5 has also turned purple. That's because I gave him a white clue, which tells him it's white. When the yellow clue is given, in theory, you say that this is yellow, and so because it's been clued on 2 different colours, it then flags up as multicolour, which for some strange reason in this presentation is given the colour purple. Purple is multicolour. So he's played the yellow 2, which is good that he was cleared on. It doesn't matter now if Paul discards this yellow 2, although he knows this is a safe discard. So actually this yellow 2 is not on his chop because this is his chop card. If like that's the one he's going to discard next. Matt should be just playing the 1. Steve knows he can play the 2 after Matt's played the 1. So it's just a question of Dave. He might try and save the black 2. I might have something playable in my hand. Incidentally, if you're watching and you have any questions, please ask in the chat. And I will endeavour to answer them. Because there's a lot going on, particularly now. I mean, it's bad enough you start playing Hanabi and there's 5 coloured suits. You add the multicoloured clue, which gets clued whenever you clue colour on anything, which makes it hard enough. But then we've added the black suit as well, which is a recent expansion. Right, Paul has discarded. And it makes it even more complicated. So there's a lot going on here. Right, we obviously need to save the yellow 5 once it gets to Paul's chop, but it's not there yet. The rest of Paul's hand is junk. Matt has played the white 1, that's great. Dave doesn't need to do anything right now. Steve, remember, will be playing the white 2 because he knows it's white now. Because he was also clued yellow and it didn't flag up as multicolour, so he knows that's definitely the white 2. I was clued 3s. They're not on the chop yet. It's not included in my chop card, so that is a play clue. I should just double check. Yeah, so you can see the yellow 3 would follow the yellow 2. So I will play that one. There were no clues left, which is fine, because if Steve plays... Oh, actually, it wasn't. I find it so hard to see the black ones. It was actually the black one. The black 3, of course, because the black goes in reverse order. So when it comes back round to me, in theory, I would be playing this. But this was in my hand when the yellow clue was given to Steve. And they would have finessed it, I think, if... Maybe there's an issue why they couldn't finesse it with a yellow clue. Theoretically, when we clue, it means play all the cards that are clued. So I should play this other 3. We'll see what happens. Notice Matt's got the red 4, which is now playable. After Paul played the red 3. So Paul just discards. We do need to save that yellow 5. Let's see what Matt does. Steve will just be saving these cards. Doesn't matter if we lose the white 4 because there's another white 4. What is Matt going to do? The problem is that Matt's got, well, as well as the red 4, potentially the yellow 4. If mine is the yellow 3 here, it's a question of whether or not they would have clued it with a finesse, because ideally if I got the yellow 3, you finesse, like you clue me on yellow or something, and that would tell Steve when his most recent card was a yellow 2 to play the 2 first and then I played the 3, but they didn't do that. It may have been short on clues. Matt's discarded, which actually works out quite nicely because the green 4 is also playable. I was clued to say I've got no 5s. Now that should mean play your rightmost card, which is this one, which is telling me not to play this one. Yeah, because if you've been clued on multiple cards and you want someone not to carry on playing them all, you give them another clue to tell them to stop playing. Although in this one, don't know. Yeah, I saw the 0 clue. In this case, that's telling me to stop playing the 3 and to play the rightmost one instead. It's easy to miss 0 clues, okay, which is why they're all going like this on the screen. It's a 0 clue. What did I play? See, I had no idea what it was. It was the 2 blue. Oh, that's handy. So Steve has got 1 clue left. And we've got a few things to play. Now, he might clue Matt's hand, which is a bit weird, because in theory it means save, because it would include a number on the top. It's really difficult to know what to do there. What does he do? He clues Paul. He just saves Paul's 5, which is probably sensible. He could have clued him 4, which would have got him to play that, but then Matt throws away the red 4, which we need. The problem Paul has is he doesn't have any clues. I thought he would have underchopped. There is a way of saving somebody's card when you don't have any clues to give to tell them to save it, which is that you don't discard your chop card, you discard the next card over, which is, we just call it an underchop. So what's Matt going to do? I mean, Paul may have been happy discarding if he knew Matt had a clue that he would give. But what does he give? I mean, ideally, we would finesse the green 4 out of Matt's hand. He told Dave he's got no 4s. So he's telling Dave to play the rightmost card. Oh, yes, of course. I still find this so hard to see because the card that needs to be played after the black 3 is not the black 4 because it goes in reverse, or it's the black 2. So that was the clue on Dave's hand. Now it's me. Now I was told to stop playing this, remember, so I'm not going to play this one. I did wonder about it being the yellow 3. I don't think it is. It's probably a safe discard. The 1, notice the black 1 is playable. But it'd be nice to finesse here, particularly when we're so short on clues. But I've got no clues left, so there's no point in me really thinking about it. Do I discard this 3? I was stopped from playing it. So it can't be the white 3. It can't be the blue 3, because you'd just carry on and let me... Oh, no, it could be the blue 3, because I had to play the blue 2 first. So I'm going to discard this one. Better safe than sorry. That's fine. So Steve now has a clue. Yeah, because if it's the blue 3, you see, I don't want to throw it away. Steve just told Dave about his green card. How did that work? Oh, the 5. So that's the finesse. That's the one I would have given, I think. So that tells Matt to play the 4 and Dave to play the 5, which is good because we get a clue back. So we don't need to worry about Paul throwing away the green 4 because we've already got that played. We do need to get Matt to play the red 4. The white 3's come out though, and look, there is a reverse finesse here. If you clue the white 4 here, what does Steve do though? I actually think it's better not to do that because we don't want him to save the other 4. Like if I clue white, they both get clued. If I clue 4, they both get clued. Either way, that's not really great, I don't think. So I think I should give a clue because Paul's got lots of safe discards. The 3 needs playing. I think I actually just clue the blue 3, you know. I could discard. But look, we need to play cards in Paul's hand and Matt's hand. Watch out for the black 1. All right, so I'm going to clue because I think it makes sense if we go clue, clue, and then Dave, if we play, play, Dave discards at the end and it comes back to me and I've got another clue. And I can always discard this because I know that 3 is a safe discard now. So I'm going to clue Matt's hand. I'm going to clue a 0 clue. I'm going to tell him about his 5s because that's very clear. It means play the rightmost card. No matter what else happens, we know that he should play the rightmost card. Because the danger is that he might discard it. And then I think Steve will clue Paul on his 3, his blue 3. The reason I don't want to clue that one is because there might be a finesse available. If I've got the blue 4, he could clue blue on my hand, telling me about my blue 4, but also telling Paul about his blue 3. So that's the issue there. I've got to think that my 3 is a safe discard now because earlier, if it was the yellow 3 or the white 3, then I could have just played it. They didn't need to stop me from playing. But it could have been the blue 3. But since Paul's got the blue 3, it doesn't matter if I throw this away now. So I think I can throw that one away safely. So if it comes back to me and I need to discard something, I will be discarding it. Because the yellow 3 is the only other one that it could be, but they would have finessed or just let me play the 3s or, yeah. It's easy to doubt yourself in this game. Right. What's Steve going to do? I mean, he should just be cluing, I think, Paul's hand. I think he didn't notice it was his turn. So now he's thinking about his turn. I think he clues Paul on his 3. if there's no finesse available from my hand. Because then Paul plays, Matt plays the red 4 that I zeroed. Remember, 0 clue means play the rightmost card. And we don't need to worry about Dave discarding because the white one is fine. He's discarded. That's interesting. Oh, and look, he's picked up the blue. So there's some lovely cluing possible here. If you clue blue on Steve's hand, Paul will play the blue 3, then Steve will play the blue 4, and then he'll play the blue 5. Oh, that's interesting. He's clued. So Matt's played the red 4. Sorry, I'm concerned about the blue clue Paul gave, which means he can't see the blue 3. So I think my 3 is actually the blue 3 now. If Paul didn't have the blue 3, Paul's clue would be saying it's a finesse. Yeah, the blue 4 he wants to be played, but the blue 3 has to be played first. I'm the only one that can't see it because Paul doesn't realise he's got it. So he can't be finessing his own blue 3. So I think I must have the blue 3. And the default position, if you're not sure, is to use the 3 that's already being clued. And they stopped me from playing, which would make sense because at that point the blue 2 hadn't been played. So we have to wait for the blue 2 to be played. Then I can play this blue 3. Then Steve will play the blue 4. And Dave could just clue Matt on his white 3 or something. We can't finesse it anymore, unfortunately, because it's not in the most recent spot. You can only finesse cards when they're in the most recent spot. Yeah, so we've just clued that one. So I think because of Paul's clue that this 3 on the end should be the blue 3. And there it is. Yes. Sometimes it works. There we go. And Steve plays the blue 4. And when it comes back to him, Steve knows that's the blue 5, so he'll be playing that one as well. We don't need to clue him on that again. That's nice. Paul now has got lots of safe discards. The rest of his hand is effectively junk. That multicolour 2 he's just drawn is also junk, which is fine. He's probably figured out the colour of his 5 by now as well. Could be a black 5. It'd be very hard to tell. Yeah, that's. We probably do need to clue Paul at some point to tell him it's a yellow one. Right, Matt has just, what did Matt do? He played the white 3 that Dave clued him on, so it's back to Dave, and I've been clued white. Now, that is not the white 4. I'll tell you that now, because Steve's got one of the white 4s, and the other white 4 has been discarded, so it's definitely not the white 4. Now, it could be, in fact, I know what it is. It'll be the white 5. But what he's doing is finessing Steve's hand because look, Steve's got the multicolour 4 which needs to be played, and there's a white 4 which also needs to be played. So because it's white, I won't play because I think the white 4 has to come first, and I'll wait. And Steve will play the multicolour 4. Then when it gets back around to me, I won't play it again, and Steve will be like, he hasn't played it again. I must have the white 4 as well, and he'll play that one, and then eventually I'll be able to play it, and it should be the white 5, and then he'll be able to play the multicolour 5. Oh my goodness, it gets quite complicated. He knows he can also play the blue 5, incidentally. We've got a lot of cards that need to be played and not too many cards, only 10 cards left in the deck, so we've got to be careful about that. Right, think. Let's act quickly. We're missing the yellow 3 is the main issue that's holding up at this point. I don't need to worry about Steve's hand. Paul's hand is junk. Matt's hand, it doesn't matter if he discards that, the rest of his hand is junk. Dave's hand, though, there is a black 1 there. I think we have to wait till it goes onto the chop and then zero it. That's the only way I can see of getting that played. So I should discard. There's no way I'm playing. Which tells Steve, I know that's not the white 4. So he plays. But look at the surprise on his face. Did you catch that? He was like, oh. He was expecting that most recent card to be the white 4. But because it's not, and it comes back round to me, I won't play the white card again. He knows his other card must be the white 4. So it's a really nice clue from Dave because it gets the multicolour 4 played just now. It'll get the white 4 played when it comes back round to Steve. It'll get my white 5 played. So you're getting 3 cards played. Well, then Steve will be able to play the multicolour 5. So you're getting a ton of cards played for one little clue. Right, Paul is discarded. We do kind of need to build up the clue bank at this point because we're very close to the end. Once the deck runs out, we only get one more turn each, and then it's game over. So that's the biggest danger at this point. It's going to cause us to lose. Oh, that's interesting. That is a red clue on the... Oh, no, it's just a 5. So that's just a straight play clue because the red 5 can be played. Dave, we would really like Dave to discard because then we can 0 him. And I would do it because I can't be playing the white card. If he doesn't discard, I don't know how we get that black card played because you can't clue 1 because there are 1s either side of it. He'll play one of the other ones. You can't clue colour because black cards don't show up with colour. What do you do? So we ideally wait for him to discard the white one and then we 0 him. Yeah, because then the black one is in his rightmost spot. Hooray. He has discarded it. That's great. So I'm just going to tell him that he has got no 5s, I think is the best thing to do. Because that says play your rightmost card, which is the black one. Steve then plays his white 4 because he knows I'm not playing mine. Paul should play the red 5, which gets us a clue back. Whenever you play a 5, you get a clue back. That's great. Matt, in theory, doesn't have anything to do at this point. Steve knows he can play both of those, so he doesn't need cluing. I know I can play my white 5, so I don't need cluing. We just really desperately need the yellow 3. And we've only got 4 cards left. Look, it's even turned red. So, oh, what did he do? I missed that. He told Dave he's got no... that's the clue I gave. So, yes, he's wasted one of our clues. So, it doesn't really matter for me. I just play this now. It's fine. So, I play that. We get a clue back. Steve will play. He needs to play because he's got 2. Oh, the yellow 3's turned up. We really need that extra clue because we have to be able to get round. Steve should definitely play because he's got 2 cards to play. Paul should then give a 0 clue, I think, on Matt, which will finesse Dave's yellow 3 because the yellow 4 can't be played yet. So Matt will discard. No, it won't work. We don't have enough clues. We have to clue. No, it could work. So Matt, as long as Matt doesn't discard, it's fine. Maybe. That is in the wrong order. Oh, well, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. So that is effectively a finesse. Matt has to clue, though, because there's only 1 card left. As soon as we draw it, we don't get any more goes. So this is really critical. Matt has to clue. What in the world does he clue? It doesn't really matter because we just need to play the yellow 3, the yellow 4, and the yellow 5. But look, they're in the reverse order. Steve can play that as the very last card. That doesn't matter. The multicolour 5. If he clues, we can't get the yellow 5 out. I don't think we can do it because Matt gives a clue on anything. It doesn't really matter. Dave plays, draws the last card, and then that's it. That's the end. We only get 1 more turn each. So Steve will play his multicolour 5. Paul can't play his yellow 5. Matt will play the yellow 4, and then that's it. The game will end. So we're just going to be... We'll be short 1 round, effectively, where we weren't able to play... Oh, hang on. No, that doesn't work. I just noticed there's another yellow 3 out there. I could have the yellow 3 in my hand. Or it could be the last card in the deck. We've just been quite unlucky because we've only just drawn this yellow 3 and the other yellow 3 just hasn't come out yet. It's just very hard when both the yellow 3s come out really late in the game. If the cards aren't in the right order at the end, there's nothing you can do, really. There were a couple of mistakes in this game, I think. We will have a debrief as soon as they've finished. I don't know what Matt's thinking about. But as soon as they've finished, I'll bring them back in and we'll have a little discussion about what went well and what we should have done right instead of those missed finesses. But it's really hard. Like the 2 1s we saw earlier when they were both in the most recent spot, when you finesse it, it's really hard to see that. To realise the other person hasn't played because they can see it's in your hand. Because all you can see is you see the red one in their hand. So he's just glued yellow, which he didn't need to do, but he has to use a clue, so that's fine. So I think Dave plays. There's no other way we can do this. Dave has to play. You see the other yellow 3, it was the last card. They were on the bottom of the deck. So I just discard. There's no point me doing anything. Steve plays the multicolour 5. Paul, unfortunately, can't do anything because we have to wait for Matt's yellow 4s to get played first. So he throws away the yellow 5. It doesn't matter. We can't play it anyway. And then Matt plays the yellow 4. Let me put the headphones back on, get them back in, and that is it. Oop. Right, let me unmute them. Oop.
I'm not with it tonight.
Myself.
This
And there we go. Let me just show the final situation here.
Hey, we got more points for 29 than we got for 30 a second ago.
So
3
was that
points.
Jonathan's
Woo.
fault?
So on the whole, that went quite well, I thought. There was a couple of issues that were very hard to spot, I think.
I think I was just not with it and missed basically everything.
A few finesses.
Yeah, I thought there were 2 finesses that got missed, but one of them, when both red ones were in Matt and Dave's hand, it's like
So that's
so
so
hard.
once I think no, when Matt misses twice, it's Dave's got to just
Yeah,
punish Matt for missing the finesse by playing,
Yeah,
and then when Matt's right, we win. We gain
it
finesse.
was my bad.
But it's the person Matt gave him 2 opportunities because Matt got told about finesse and didn't play twice, whereas Dave only didn't play once. So Dave's got more information.
Okay.
But then you have to go back and clue the one, because otherwise Paul thinks they both missed it twice. He must have it.
Yeah,
I was like,
Paul's
okay, the
got-
first time
Paul's got-
around, some of them had playable cards. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait till the second time around. Then neither played again. I'm like, oh, maybe my red card's the multicolor 4 or something. So I'll go play that.
Yeah.
But then you clued the 1. I'm like, okay, I'll wait one more round.
And then those yellow 3s, were they the last 2 cards?
No, they were not quite the last 2, but Dave drew it, and then you and I had to play.
Yeah.
And then, I think. But
That was
basically,
Yeah.
So we weren't gonna.
So they were
with
in
the
the
yellow
bottom
3s like
5.
that, we were not going to win from that point.
Yeah. It's not possible.
What did you think that blue 3 was that you had, Jonathan? That you didn't play forever?
So I was stopped from playing because obviously at the time the blue 3 wasn't playable because the blue 2 hadn't come out.
Yeah.
So I was stopped from playing my second 3.
And then
play the
only
blue one.
So if you go and look at the cards available at the point where you had that 3 in your hand, there was no unplayable 3s. They'd all been thrown away or played.
Yeah,
There were 2 yellow 3s, a white 3, and 2 blue 3s left in the deck, and that was it. So whatever 3 your was, it was playable. Doesn't matter what colour it was.
But is it not? Could it not have been one that we didn't need to play?
No, they were all gone.
No, they were all gone.
They were all gone.
Oh, really?
They're all in discard.
Oh, okay. That is my fault. I should have been looking at the discards there. All right. Well, on the whole, I thought we did pretty well. Shall we get 30 this time?
Dave missed.
Sounds good.
Dave missed a few things.
that was my fault.
All right. We'll give this another shot. See if we can get them all out this time.
I think I assumed too much that Matt was being Matt.
No, he was on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did well today. Well done, Matt.
0 mistakes.
Steve, just waiting for you.
Have a cookie. Do I have to? All right.
Saved
we
up
go.
all my mistakes for this game.
Jonathan, before you go back, can I just tell you what Matt has put as his going live tweet? It says, time to confuse the gang at Hanabi again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Okay, there we
good
go. I
luck.
think you can see the screen. Right, let's mute them. And myself. And remove the headphones. All right, so we're back. As always, do ask if you have any questions. In fact, what I should perhaps do, should I check the stream? Where is it? Which one of these crazy windows is it? It's that one. Yeah, no, it's fine. It is connected. All right. So let me put them back. All right. So, well, it's me. I'm up. Right. So let's check 5s on the top. No dangers there. And also the black 1. Look, it's already out. Very careful to spot the black 1 here. So that has to be saved right till the end. It's also very difficult because if you clue 1 on Matt's hand, they've all gone. They've all gone for a break. Probably because they know I'm going to take so long explaining my thought process for this very first clue. We obviously want to get 1s played at this point. So I could clue 1 on Steve's hand, but then he plays the green 1 and that's it. Paul, though, has got 2 1s that can be played. So if we clue him on his 1s, he'll play both of them. Obviously not once, but 1 the first time, then 1 the second time. The danger with cluing Matt on his hand is that we don't want him to play this other 1. We only want him to play that 1. And we want to save the other 1. So we probably want to 0 him on that 1. Dave's hand, we really don't want him to discard the 2. So I think what I do is I just clue ones here. We always play ones in the starting hand from right to left. There is a reason why we do that, although it's a little bit subtle. So it will be the green one that gets played, and then the yellow one gets played. I can hear, I think in my house, the TV is on. My son is meant to be in bed, but the TV is now playing in the living room. So I'm just going to go and check and make sure he really is in bed, and that it's just the TV that's randomly decided to turn on and start playing. I'll be back in just a moment. Have a watch, see if you can figure out what they're going to do while I disappear. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I'm back. It was just the TV turned on by itself and started playing YouTube. Right, what have they done? So, oh, Paul didn't play the ones. That's interesting. And, oh my goodness, what has happened here? So I need to follow the clues here. So Steve told him about his ones. I see, I would have zeroed on that one. And then Paul had to stop him playing. Oh no, he doesn't. Because he'll play the ones right to left, that's fine. So that does actually get the one played. And I guess then we're saving that one. So I think that's okay. Then he was clued blue. Paul clued in blue, which says don't play this one anymore. So that's good. That probably tells him it's a black one. And cluing blue also tells him it's not blue. So he knows that is the black one. So that's actually really helpful. That then says play the multicolour 2 and then this one. But the multicolour 2 is not playable, look. So, yeah, they play. I was told I've got a 1, so surely I just play my 1. It's probably the multicolour 1. Yes, which means when it comes back round to Matt, he can play the multicolour 2 and it's fine. Paul now should actually play his green 1 when it gets back round to him. I don't know that he needed to give that blue clue, but it's fine. I don't think it matters. Oh no. One issue though is I can see why he might have done that. Is because we'd really like to get Dave's blue 2 played. Cluing blue here kind of saves the blue 3, and then Steve, you see, could 0 Dave's hand to get him to play the blue 2. That would be a good option. We don't have any dangerous discards, I don't think. It all looks fairly safe at the moment. Right, he's clued Dave at the bottom, saying he's got no 3s. Now, our convention for 0 cluing, oh, there we go, that's the blue 1 played. Matt should now play the multicolour 2. The convention is you clue the highest card that they don't have. So because he's clued 3 on Dave's hand, saying you don't have any 3s, that tells Dave that he does have at least 1 5, and he also has at least 1 4. So that's actually quite helpful. But it, most importantly, is telling him to play his rightmost card, which is the blue 2. Which is great, because then when it comes back around to Matt after playing the multicolour 2, he will then play the multicolour 3, because our system, the Dynamo system, is play all. Yep, if you've been clued on multiple cards, you just keep playing and playing and playing until you're told to stop playing. And generally you do that by giving them another clue. There are other ways, but that's normally the way you do it. So Matt is thinking a lot. You can see that's his thinking face. He should just play the multicolour 2. He must realise that's the black one, because he was stopped from playing it with the blue clue. And the fact that it's blue means it's not a blue card, and all the other ones were playable. So it's hard, though. It's really hard with this black clue. When you're used to playing without it, he has... Oh my goodness, that's super dangerous. He shouldn't do that. He doesn't know what cards he's got. Yeah, look at Steve's face. That's a... Yeah, you see it's gone wrong already. because of Matt's clue. Matt should have played. Because Dave was zeroed. He should be playing the one on the right. Now, let's see if we can save this. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Matt should have just played there for definite. There's no, particularly because he doesn't know what those blue cards are in his hand. He doesn't know if they're multicolour or if they're blue or whatever. There's no way he should be doing blue on my hand because my cards are blue or multicolour. So we don't know if we've got crossovers. There's no way me and Matt should be cluing those cards. Someone else should be doing that. Dave was... So if Dave has played his most recent card and blew up, that's why a third of the mat on the left here, it's not very clear, but the left-hand part of the mat has gone red because we've lost a life because Dave tried to play his most recent card, which wasn't playable. Now he's finessing, which means that my most recent card is not playable. It's probably the blue 3. What is Matt doing? What is he doing? So I think it's such a mess. I can't play my cards because of Dave's finesse, because Dave tried to play. So I guess it'd be nice if we give a clue. I don't want to give something that's confusing, like cluing the blue 4, because I might have it. That would be terrible. If we lose the yellow 3, that's fine. I'm just going to discard. What else can I do? Well, the green 2's there. Oh, but I don't want to stop Paul playing the yellow 1. I'm discarding. Yeah, Dave's play tells me not to play. I've got to hope that they go back and look at the clues that were given, because Dave should be playing his end card. Yeah, he was given a 0 clue. Steve told him he had no 3s. Steve discards, that's fine. Not going quite as well as we hoped. But this is interesting, actually. One of the things about Hanabi is it all... The quest rests on a knife edge, as they say. One mistake and it can all unravel very quickly. It can be very hard to come back from this kind of mistake. You end up having to use a lot of clues to save the mess that's been made. And then you run out of clues, and then it all goes downhill. We'll see what happens. Paul should just play. That should be straightforward. At least he hasn't been told to stop. He should just play his yellow 1. And then Matt, hopefully, is not going to be daft anymore, and he's just going to play the cards like he was told to. Because a colour clue never means save. It always means play. And you always play left to right. Unless it's 1s in your starting hand. Right, we've got the 2 white 1s out. That's quite handy. Come on, Matt. Play the multicolour 2. Play the multicolour 2. I'm willing him to play it. Yes. So notice that Matt's got the white 2. So at some point when Matt's finished playing all those cards, well, we'd like to finesse, you see. We'd like to clue Matt on his white 2 to tell Paul or Steve to play the white 1. That is not going to happen. And the problem is you've got to wait for Matt to play the multicolour 2 and then the blue 3 after Dave's played the blue 2. Okay, great, he's played it. Now we want Dave to play the blue 2. He was zeroed, he should know that's a playable card. So he should just play. Yeah, the reason we won't be able to finesse Matt's white 2 is because we'll have to wait for him to play the other cards first. And by that time, those white 1s won't be in Steve and Paul's most recent spot. I mean, I suppose it's theoretically possible that one of them is, but it's unlikely. Oh, that's not a good idea. That's Dave just missing the... Right, well... The reason he's not playing it, but he doesn't know what it is. He was zeroed. All right, well, I'm just going to play. I didn't play the first time because of his, but they're leaving me to play. They're not clearing up my hand. So I'm going to play and hope for the best. That is a finesse, you see, but that's going to be really confusing because they both can sit in each other's hand. We'll see if they pick it up this time. So I'm playing. No. See, Matt should not have given the blue clue. He was holding the card that he clued. And he knew he could have been holding it. Not good. Not good. So now they've stopped me, I think. Dave's missed the 0 clue. I can't see any other way around that. That clue of 3 on me tells me to save that card. And it tells me to stop playing that other one. It also tells me that's not a 3. I think Dave's just missed it. Right, the finesse worked though. That was something, yeah. Paul played the white 1 after Steve didn't play. So that means we've got the white 1 and 2 played. So Dave, I just think he's missed that finesse. There's no way he's clued the red 1 and 2, which is quite nice. There's no way I should be cluing this 2 though, although we need to get that played. I shouldn't do it because I could have it. Somebody needs to clear up the mess. And it can't be me, because I don't know what card I've got. Let me see if I can think. Why would Matt have clued me on 2 cards? He probably thought his cards were blue. In which case he thought, no, but mine can't be the multicolour 3. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know that I can do anything. We've only got 1 clue left as well. I think I just need to discard. What else can I do? There's the green 2 that needs playing. We can probably wait though. There's no rush for that because Paul will be playing those other ones. I think Steve should be zeroing Dave again. Can't see any other way around this, unfortunately. There we go, I'm discarding. One thing that's slightly confusing about this implementation is the discards. You'll notice that these, like this one I think is meant to be the multicolored 2, and then this one is meant to be the black 2. But they both look the same. I think in theory that's coloured in purple, but the problem is that the background is purple. I think they are slightly different colours, the purple and the black. To my slightly colourblind eyes, they look the same. Right, he's played that. What did Steve do? He told Dave about his blue card, so finally Dave should get that. I think Dave just missed it. That's the second time Steve's clued that. I don't really want to clue Steve's 4, the blue 4, even though it can be played after Matt's blue 3, because I might have it. In fact, I would expect to have it because I've been clued 3. I was told this is not a 3. I think Matt needs telling about that because he doesn't know it's a 3. Yeah. What a mess. Well, let's see if we can pull this back from the brink. Matt can't clue Dave because Dave's just going to play. Matt can't play because you know Dave's card has to come first, even if his card is the blue 3, which he doesn't know. Steve, though, I mean, Matt should really be. I don't know. I think you should discard. Or he can clue my hand. It'd be nice if he clued my hand, but he discarded, that's fine. So Dave plays the 2. And then what do I do? Dave's got nothing to play, but he's got 5 on the chop, so I think I just save the 5, because I can't be doing anything with these blue cards or the 4 cards, and Paul's going to play. So I'm just doing that. That is number on the chop, so that is definitely a save clue, not a play clue. Steve discarded. I don't think Matt should play, but no one's cluing him. Why isn't anyone cluing him? Matt clued me earlier on. I'm still trying to work out what Matt was doing. He clued me on 2 cards saying they were blue. The first one was the multicolored 2, which we misfired on. You can see now 2/3 of the map is now red. If it all turns red, we lose. Spectacularly. So I can't really risk playing a card unless I'm sure I know what it is at this point. There's no way Matt plays that blue card, I don't think. It just becomes very risky when you've only got 1 life left. Yes. Well, we've drawn another white 3, which is handy, and the white 4 on Paul's chop. We can clue that to finesse the white 3 in Matt's hand, so that's good. Or you could just clue white on Paul's hand and he played the 3 and then the 4, so that would be good as well. So there's 2 nice clues there. He's actually clued the green 2, probably because we don't want to lose the green 3 in Steve's hand. So I would be inclined to clue. What do you clue though? If you 0 it, Steve doesn't know what it is and it becomes very dangerous. You know, as far as he's concerned, it might be the red 3 or something and just needs to be played. So you really have to wait until it can be played before you 0 that. If you clue 3, it's a save clue because it's on the chop. If you clue green, he plays the 1 first, the green 1. No good options there, really. And we're very close to death. So what's Dave going to do? I mean, he can throw away the yellow 1, that's fine. I feel like this could be quite a short game if it misfires. The previous game went very well on the whole, apart from missing the finesses. You just kind of get out of step sometimes. What's he done? He's told Steve he's got no 5s. So that is the one I was talking about, which is very dangerous. Because I've got no clues left. Well, there's nothing I can do. Steve should wait. And I think he will, but I have to discard because I've got no clues. Yeah, and Steve played and we died. Well, that was a quick game, wasn't it? Probably a mercy. It's put us out of our misery, as they say. Let's see how bad they feel about that.
Well,
that was an interesting game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So what did I have? Yeah, I had the blue 4.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you all shouted at Matt when he gave the blue clue on my hand.
A bit. My initial clue was a bit dodgy, actually. My clue of 2 1s. And then we fixed it quite well by cluing blue which is not my intention. So I kind of go, oops. And then Paul says, oh, I better fix that. And so Matt now thinks, obviously, he gets that unauthorized information that they weren't the intended clues. And then he clued your multicolor 2, which of course he had, and we were hoping he'd play it.
Yeah.
For some reason, he picked blue.
Yeah.
Well, and then Dave got so annoyed by it that he
Stopped thinking.
He forgot that he'd been 0 clued.
Yeah.
So I'd forgotten that my blue cards could be multicolored. So from what I could see, I was assuming, I must have the 3s or the 3 in the 5. So
it's an important aspect of this game.
4 would be great.
Like, you just can't think like that. Oh, if I've got this and this is going to be amazing.
If someone does what I did and gives a bad clue, you need to punish. You actually need to punish them.
Like,
because sometimes they won't have made a mistake, and then you'll be doing the right thing.
I wasn't thinking if I've got this. I was thinking I've definitely got one of these 2 combinations of cards because I forgot about the multiple possibilities.
Do you remember when I was cluing Dave and on his blue 2, and I said, you've got 0 3s, because I knew it's going to confuse Matt. Because Matt can now see that we're telling Dave to play the blue 2.
Yeah.
And that's going to tell Matt not to plays.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't let Dave throw it away. So I have to clue it, but I tried to clue it because I could have clued blue. I don't know if you noticed. Dave only had one blue card. I could have clued blue, but I said you had to. If I clue blue, Matt definitely won't play.
Yeah. From my point of view,
Jonathan,
I was expecting the green. Was it the green one on the end of Matt's hand at the start? Whatever one got played first.
Yeah, but why can't it be black?
I was expecting a 0 clue to get that played, and then we would save the black one once it got to the chop.
Yeah.
But when you clue both, I was like,
that's what I was
okay,
expecting
because the blue clue actually saves it, and it's fine because he plays the first one, and then the blue clue says stop playing the black one, but also it tells him it's not blue, so he knows it's not a duplicate blue one.
Yeah, I think he knows it's black at that point, and then also his first card was playable.
Yeah.
Dave would tell you about the multicolored one, and we get everything played.
So I'm thinking he'll play the first multicolored card, then he plays the blue card, and it'll all work out perfectly.
But he did a Jonathan. He took inference from our oops, we've done something wrong here.
Yes.
Yeah. And deviated from what he should be doing.
Maybe you should all be on mute. Right, shall we try and save this and have one more game?
Yeah.
Let's make it.
Jonathan, why didn't you clue green at the start? I thought that was a better clue because it clued about 3 cards. You give Steve the green clue, which clues him about his 1 and 3, which are in order, and then Paul then goes, "Why is he giving a green clue?" and then places 2.
Yeah, okay.
And then Matt can clue whatever he wants, and then
that would have been good. All right, one more game then. So Dave and Matt's waiting for you. Now Matt.
Sorry.
There we go. And we're in. So let me just sort out the view. Ring. There you go. Now you can see everything. And I need to mute them. And me. And we're off. So what have we got? No 5s on the chop. That's good. And it's Dave to start. Steve has got, he's got 3 1s, but there's a duplicate, which is a bit of an issue here. Dave, though, has got 2 other 1s, which is very nice. I think this is fine. We've also got the green one in Paul's hand. Now, the reason we play... Hi, Board Game Gran. The Brady Bunch in a line. So, right, I've been clued on a 5. Now that's got to be the black 5. Yeah, remember, black's going reverse order. It's not on the chop, so it's not a save clue. So that's just telling me play the 5. It's very difficult to do that if you're used to playing Hanabi the normal way, because 5 normally means save, particularly at the start. So actually, I think we kind of want to wait for Steve to discard this one and then clue him. I don't like the idea of cluing that, so I'm just going to play the 5. That's the black 5, which has to be played first because it goes in reverse order. And then Steve can clue some 1s. He has no duplicate 1s. None of his 1s match anyone else's, so there's not an issue there. So he clues Paul's. In theory, Paul plays it, and then Matt will clue the 1s in Dave's hand, and we'll get both those 1s played. We play starting 1s, right to left, not left to right. Everything else, the whole game, we play left to right. But starting 1s in your starting hand, are always played right to left. So Paul should play, Matt should clue Dave on his 1s, and then Dave plays the blue 1 first. When it comes back to him, he'll play the yellow 1. So this is a really difficult issue because I could clue yellow on Paul's hand. He'll see the yellow 1 is about to get played, and then he won't play. So we're better off actually getting him to play the 2 first, and then when it comes back round, we clue yellow, and we get the 2 and the 3 played with yellow. That would be good. If Matt discards, that's not the end of the world. It'd be nice for Steve to play one of those, but we really want the clue to come on Paul's hand. This is actually quite difficult. We don't want him to discard the yellow 3 if possible. Although there's another one here. Oh my goodness, it's already tricky. We need to watch the fact that there's 2 red 3s here. We can't lose both of them. If we lose one, it's fine, but not the other one. Right. What to do? I don't want to clue 1s because he'll play the white one and then I'll have to stop him, which is not terrible. I kind of don't want to use a clue for that. I think think actually I do want to do this and tell him to stop. I think that's the best option. I clue him ones. He plays the white one, then we clue him again, and that tells him to play the red one. But what I want him to do is to tell Paul to play the 2, in which case I should clue blue on Paul's hand. I actually think that's the best option, because if he discards, then we can wait for him to discard again, and then it's okay. So I'm actually going to do that. I can't see any other card that would need to be played. You see, there's a lovely clue on Paul's hand, but we need him to play that blue 2 first. So Steve, you might be wondering why I haven't clued 1, but it's because Paul's hand, really. Steve needs to clue. If I clue Steve, you see, he'll play, I think. I don't think he would clue Paul's hand, which I think is a higher priority. If there were some white 2s or red 2s out there, I would not approach this in the same way. But once Steve discards, if he discards the blue 4, let's say, and then on his next turn discards the white 1, then we can clue him 1s and he'll play both of them. We don't need to tell him to stop. So it's very efficient from a clue point of view. However, it's very inefficient from a tempo point of view. Yeah, it takes a long time to get the red and the white one played, doing it that way, although it saves the most clues. So there's often a trade-off between tempo and clue efficiency in this game, which you need to think very carefully about, because sometimes one matters much more than the other. So losing the blue 4 is fine, except you've got to be quite careful about this. The other blue 4 is in Dave's chop. Now, it doesn't matter immediately because he'll be playing the yellow 1 first. That's fine. We can finesse the green 2 out here, yeah, because the green clue's the next card to be played. If you clue green on Matt's hand, or yeah, okay, so that yellow clue rather just means play. If you clue green on Matt's hand, the 2 will get played first and then that one, but it's better, I think, to get those played. I think trying to get the finesse there is not that helpful. Right, it's me. I really want Steve to discard again, because then we clue him 1s and he'll play right to left. Again, if the red 2 or the white 2 was out, I would have an issue with that. I think we leave Paul alone. We leave Matt alone. It doesn't matter if he discards. I want to save Dave's 4, though. So I'm going to do that. That is number on the chop, which means save. Dave will look at the discarded cards and go, oh, the only 4 we've lost is the blue 4. Probably my 4 is blue. So that's really quite a helpful clue, because it tells him that not only is it a 4, but it tells him it's the blue 4. Boardgame Ground is saying he sucks at this game. It's a tough game, I think. It requires practice with the same group of people. If you play with the same group of people, it's super satisfying, because you can develop the conventions in a way that you all understand, and then when you can give some really fantastic clues. They get lots of cards played with only 1 clue, and it's like magic. But it does take quite a bit of practice. So Steve, it doesn't really matter what Steve does, to be honest. If he discards, that's good. We would like him to discard. The danger here, and I can see it already, is that when we clue him 1s, having waited for such a long time, he's going to think, well, hang on, could one of these be the black one? Because if you clue number on the chop, it means save. We'll see what he does. I'd like him to discard, though, because Paul plays. Doesn't matter if... Oh, okay, so he's finessed Paul's 2. Paul will see that and appreciate that he's got the green 2. Matt will also see the green 2 in Paul's hand and not play the green 3s. Oh, in fact, he's just played it straight away instead of playing his yellow cards. He knows the yellow cards are playable, so that's not an issue. Matt will then play his green 3. So that's quite efficient. The problem is we've got to stop Matt from playing when it gets back round to him, because the other green 3 is a duplicate. Matt and Dave's hands are going to get very clogged up here. Sorry, Gran. She. It could be. Could it be Granddad? Well. Well, what is he going to do? So Dave could just discard. What I might do at some point is just clue red on Steve's hand. Notice that the multicolor one has appeared in Matt's hand. There's some interesting bluff finesse possibilities here, which is what Dave might be thinking about. I'm quite happy for him to clue Steve's hand at this point. Again, there's no rush. Oh, that's interesting. That's a big red clue there. Now that tells him to play. That's really, really... What in the world is that? Right, it tells him to play the multicolor one. That's fine. But it's also telling him, because it's a red clue, to play another card. And the card that would have to come next before those red cards would have to be the red one. Now Steve has the red one, but it's not in his most recent spot. So I think I've got the red one in my most recent spot. And so I think I should play my most recent card. It's a bit risky, this, I feel like. But otherwise Dave's clue doesn't make sense. So I'm going to play... No. Okay, that was the yellow one, which we already had. I think Dave can see why I did it. Steve is wondering why we've let him discard the white one, which we need, which I think is fine, because as soon as we clue him ones now, he will realise, oh, I must have also had the other white one, and that's why we let him discard. Paul should just be playing his yellow cards. That's fine. Now Matt should just play. I'm going to leave Dave to sort out his hand. Because only Dave knows the clue that he gave and why he gave it. But cluing one on Steve's hand now works quite well. So Matt should definitely play. Surely he plays his most recent card at that point. The problem is that I played thinking it was a finesse, which might make Matt not want to play. Why did he clue red? Why didn't he clue one or do some kind of finessey thing? Who knows? I've been clued 4. There are 2 4s playable, actually, interestingly. There's a green 4, obviously, but also the black 4 realised can be played. So that's fine. That is just a straight play clue. The fact that Matt gave it, though, is... I can't be cluing Steve now on his hand, I don't think. Although there's no rush to play those ones. I would expect Dave to clue Steve on his ones now. What is Dave thinking? He's thinking hard, whatever he's thinking. Paul will play the yellow 3 when he gets back around to him. That's fine. I know I can play my 4 because it's not on the chop. My play, though, is confused. Matt is the problem. He's clued Steve on his 5s. So that's telling him to play his rightmost 1. He's not told him 1s, which is weird because... it's the black 4, there you go. Because it would get him to play his white 1 and then his red 1, because they were in his starting hand. You always play starting hand 1s first, and you always play them right to left. So he could have clued 1s. It's hard to remember which ones were in his starting hand, though. And the fact that he clued Matt on his ones makes me think that I've got a red one. Steve's not going to know that. But it wasn't in my most recent spot, so who knows? Matt, you see, is slightly constipated because he doesn't know what to do. Paul's played the yellow 3, which is fine. Matt, is he going to play the multicolour 1? He should do. He played it. Now we'll see if Dave can clear up the mess. Dave's got no clues, so we're a bit stuffed. Paul's drawn the multicolour, sorry, not multi, the blue 3. That's good. So he's discarded, which is fine. Matt's one is there. We need a clue to save the red 5 and the red 3. This is like a nightmare coming true before my eyes. We need clues. We need a lot of clues. I don't think... See, I'd like to tell Steve to play that. I don't think I can. Why didn't he clue the 1? I mean, I could have it, but I can't risk playing again. That wouldn't make sense. So I think I just discard. And then Steve and Paul both have clues, and they can maybe sort out Matt's hand. Somehow. Some way. Dave has drawn the multicolour 2, which is quite nice. I'm going to discard. It's a safe discard, which is good. Yeah. So they've got to be looking at Matt's hand, because Matt is now on a play roll. He's going to try and play. And so we have to stop him. And it's all because of Dave's red clue. What was Dave thinking? What was he thinking? Paul should clue Matt 5, though, I think, to tell him not to play that card either. Otherwise, I think he would play the 5. Because all he knows is it's red. You know, it could be the red 1. But it's really not. When you're in sync, this game is wonderful and it all works brilliantly. When you get out of sync, it's like that game, The Mind, if you've played that at all, when you all put your hand on the table at the start and then you have to just play your cards. There's like no turns. You just have to get them in the right order by kind of syncing up your minds. When you manage to sync, it's super satisfying. And when you don't, it's just terrible. And I feel like we're a little bit out of sync at this point. What is Paul going to do? What is he going to do? I think he needs to clue Matt on the red 5. He needs to just say 5, which would be a safe clue. Matt would throw away the white 4, maybe. But that doesn't matter. We haven't lost one of those already. He discarded. That's interesting. I think Matt tries to play at that point. He has discarded the green 3, which could have been a multi... Oh, no, because he was clued red. He knows that's a green 3. So the 3 clue tells him to stop playing, and he knows he can discard the green 1. So that's actually okay. It would have been nice to clue Dave's multicolour 2, though. I don't know why we're not cluing. Well, if it gets back round to me, I'm going to clue Steve's 1. I've been clued 1s. Now, in theory, 1 on the chop means save. The problem is, if I've got a black 1 in my hand, that could mean save, couldn't it? So I can't play. But what if my first 1 is a It's so hard with the black suit. What if my first one is a red one and they want me to play it? I'm definitely not playing the one on the right. I'm saving that because that could be the black one. But the one on the left... Right, let's follow the convention, follow the system. Number on the top means save. It's a 1 on the top, it means save. And if it's the black one on the top, they have to save it. That's like having a 5 on the top, effectively. There's only one black one. So I can't be sure that my one is the red one. And so if someone else plays it, that's fine. So I think actually I clue Steve on his red card on the end. I'm going to clue him 5. He won't know what it is, but he'll play it, and then we'll at least get the red one played. And this won't be such a mess. Oh, but hang on. Paul's got a 5 on the chop. Steve won't play his red one. He'll save the 5, and then we lose the 3. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. Like, backtrack. I think I actually need to clue... Oh, no, but then I need to... Oh, my goodness. What I really want to do is discard. So that Steve clues the blue 3, which gets that played. Dave then should be able to play that blue 4, because remember at the start he knew it was a blue 4. Matt is now saving those cards. Oh, it's all very, very difficult. I think I need to... What do I need to do? I don't want to clue Paul because Steve will discard. So I think I should discard, actually. White 3. That's not the end of the world. He has to say... Oh, why didn't he clue the blue 3? That makes much more sense. There were 3 clues. Like, the main reason I was discarding there is because it provides plenty of clues for people to clue playable cards. The multicolour 2 needs to be played, the blue 3 needs to be played, the blue 4 needs to be played, and for some reason we're saving the white 5. Like, because if you clue blue Paul on his blue 3, he doesn't discard the white 5, he plays the blue 3. That would be good. This is difficult. It's one of those games where everyone needs to be on the ball. And if they're not on the ball, then it doesn't tend to go very well. Paul knows he has to save. Yeah, he discarded the 3. I don't know why Steve didn't clue the blue 3. It's not like we're short on clues now. Right, Matt surely is going to clue the multicolour 2. Notice that the white 3 is now on Paul's chop, effectively. So we do need to save that. What I really want is for someone to clue Steve's red 1 or Paul's... Oh, that's it. So it's clued Paul 2. That is a play clue. So that is telling me to play my most recent one. That's fine now. I don't mind that. Because it's not on the chop yet. The 2 clue on Paul's hand, that's not on the chop, so that is a play clue. And the only way the red 2 gets played is if the red 1 is played first. And it must be my most recent one, so I'm going to play that. And then I will save the other one. So it means Steve can discard his red 1 and it's fine. It also means we don't need to worry about saving the white 3 at the moment because Paul will be playing. But what does Dave do? Does Matt have any cards that can be played? No, so he discards. That was the yellow 3. That is fine. So now I play. Now I'm not worried. That should be the red 1. Steve can discard if he wants to, unless we've got any playable cards. Or you could clue yellow on Dave's hand at the bottom. That'd be quite nice because that gets the yellow 4 played. He's clued blue. If you clued yellow, it would have got the blue 4 and the multicolour 2 played. But cluing blue gets the multicolour 2 played. Then it should get the multicolour 4 played, except we're missing the 3. So I look around. Can I see the blue 3 anywhere? I can't. So I must have the blue 3, and it must be in my most recent spot. That's the only way that clue makes sense. Otherwise, he clues yellow, and we get the 4 played and then the multicolour 2. Matt, what does Matt do? He's hanging on to those cards. So I think the red 3 is now playable. He should play the red 3, definitely. That should be straightforward. The only slight issue is if he's thinking, maybe, oh no, it's fine, it's played. Yeah, I think he knew that was a red card. So Dave plays the multicolour 2. He clued Matt on his 5. That's obviously a finesse. Okay, that's a finesse on Paul. So I'm just thinking about, do I really have the blue 3 here? I've got to assume I do. I've got to punish them if it's not. It is this time. Hooray! We're finally back in sync. So that's good. Dave should still just play. In fact, what I'll tell you what Dave will do probably is he'll actually probably play the multicolour. Not multicolour. I keep calling it multicolour. The blue 4. He'll play the blue 4 first. Then he'll go back and play the first blue card, because the blue 4 he knows is playable. Right. So the finesse is now coming out. Steve's discarded. Paul's played the red 4. Matt knows he can now play the red 5. It's actually going quite well now, amazingly. Yeah, so Matt should just play. Dave plays the what? The blue 4. When it comes back round, he plays the multicolour 2, because you play left to right once you play the ones you're sure about, and then he'll play the blue 5. I've included 5 on the chop because I'm already saving that 1. I think it's probably the black one. So that is a save clue on my 5. So I'm not playing that. Dave played the blue 4 as we thought he would do. Steve doesn't really have anything. Oh no, hang on. He's got the yellow 4. Let's get him to play the yellow 4. I can't see any finesse available, although there's a nice clue that can be given there, but we should just let him play. I think we just need to... There's only 1 clue left. Oh, hang on. Look, the white 3 here. That's danger, danger. We've already lost the white 3. If I were to clue, Steve would have to discard. And how do you tell Paul to save that? I have to save the white 3. And then Steve discards that one and Paul discards that one. Okay, so I'm saving that. Number on the chop means save. So Steve discards. Paul could discard and it'd be fine because we've already got the multicolour 1 out. And in fact, the red 4 is also no good. Don't need that anymore. So I had to save the 3. Now then, what's Paul thinking about? Matt's got to play. Dave at the bottom has got to play, so that's fine. I mean, you could clue Steve's hand. If he doesn't, I will when he gets back round to me. What you don't want to do here, which is tempting, is to clue Dave's hand at the bottom to say play the multicolour 3 and the yellow 4, because it stops him playing his other cards. See, Dave, when it comes back round to him, will go back and play the leftmost blue card, and then he'll play the other blue card. So he's going to play both those blue cards, but if you clue him, you're telling him to stop. So you've got to just leave them once they've been clued. Let them just play the card. Well, that's quite nice. Look, Matt's got the multicolour 3 and 4 in order. So once Dave's played his multicolour 2, which he just has, we can clue both those. So Steve's going to play the yellow 4 because Paul clued him, that's nice. If I clue, yeah, Paul discard. So I'm going to clue Matt's hand, and I want to give him a clue that says, play these two in order. What colour do I choose? So you've got to be slightly careful here. I don't want to clue yellow or blue because it'll confuse the people with yellow and blue cards. I could clue green, and he'll probably think it's the 4 and 5 or something. Or I could clue red, given that we've already finished that. Effectively, I'm telling him it's clearly not a red card because we finished the reds, but it's still a play clue. So I'm saying, play these two cards. So Steve should just play because yellow clue was play. Paul then can always run out of clues, so he discards, that's fine. Matt then plays. It's getting late. This is definitely our last game of the night. Paul's discarded, that's fine. We get the clue back. He's drawn a yellow 5, which is playable. That's good. Matt then should definitely take that as a play clue. That's great. So he plays the 3, and when it comes back to him, he plays the 4. Dave should carry on playing because we haven't told him to stop. So he just keeps on playing. And now the yellow 4 and the multicolour 3 that were playable, we don't need him to play anymore because they've been played from other people's hands. So that's quite nice. Dave now has a safe hand. It's easy to get confused with the black 5. That's not a card we need to worry about because remember, blacks are played in reverse order. We get a clue back from that, which is nice. Finally, look, the white 2 has appeared. That's the one we've been waiting for a long time. So we want to get the white cards played. So I think actually the temptation is to clue the white one here, but I don't want to do that because it will stop Matt from playing. What I'm going to do, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should let Steve do it so that we keep the black 2 and I discard. The rest of Steve's hand is junk, but keeping the black 2 could be quite nice. Yeah, I think I should probably leave it. Because if I've got a white 4, another white 4. See, what you want to clue white and Paul's hand, and that tells Dave to play the 2. But I don't think I should be the one to do it. Let me just check this 5. What colour is my 5? It's not white, it's not red or yellow or blue. So it's green or multicolour. Neither of which are playable. So I'm discarding that. Oh, that's interesting. Now, it's fine because Steve definitely clues at this point. But if he discards that black 2, we're in a spot of bother. He's clued, that's fine. Like, either me or him was giving that clue, for sure. But it means we need to save the black 2 on his chop now. But that's fine, I think we can do that fairly straightforwardly, just by cluing number on the chop. So Paul won't... I've just realised I could have clued yellow on Paul's hand to get him to play the 5. That probably would have been better. Don't think it's the end of the world. But Paul can't play because he can see the white 2 in Dave's hand at the bottom, so he has to wait. So he'll probably discard. Matt's going to be playing, so there's nothing to worry about there. Now, if my 5 is multicolour, I would expect him to clue my 5, and he's not. He saves Steve's 2. So I think my 5 is almost certainly the green 5. I don't think it can be any other 5. So I don't need to be clued on that now. When it gets back around to me and the green 4's been played, I know I can play that. So he saved the 2s there. If we lose the black 4, that's fine. That was a play. That's great. It's back to me. So I think it doesn't matter if Steve discards anything at this point. So I probably just clue Matt on his 4. So I'm going to 0 him. Yeah, because there's a 3 there. So I 0 Matt. That's telling him to play his white 4. Because Paul will play the white 3, then Matt will play the white 4, and Steve will clue Dave, I think, at the bottom, telling him about his black 3, which, remember, is the next black card to be played. because they're played in reverse order, which is super easy to forget. Oh, he's not. He's discarded. Why didn't he clue the black 3? I don't know. But there's another black 3 that's just turned up, which is handy. Matt's going to be playing the white 4. Because you see Paul... Paul has to play the white 5. Although he could play that as the very last card and it would be fine. But he also has to play the yellow card. Paul's got a lot of cards that need playing. Okay, so Matt actually has opted not to clue. Not to play, but to clue. Which I think I agree with, because it's more important we get the black 3 played first. And that means that Steve should then play the black 2 on his chop. He knows we've saved that one. So when he gets back around to Steve, he's going to play that. So I think at this point, I actually clue Paul on his yellow 5. Oh, look, and there's the multicolour 5. So no, I don't clue Paul, because Paul can play the white 5. Hang on, where's the white 4? Oh, of course, Matt didn't play it. So yeah, I need to clue... This is going to be quite tight for time. I clue yellow here. Oh, no clues, no clues! I'm discarding. I can't play my green 5 yet, so I have to discard. Whew. This is going to be super tight. So Steve should play. He should realise that's the black 2. That's why we saved it. And he should play. And then when it comes back round to me, I can play my black 1. I think it's a black 1. If they don't tell me otherwise, I'll just play. If we lose a life, it doesn't really matter at this point. Yes, Nick, you're right. They have souped up the site on Boardgame Arena for Hanabi, and it looks quite different. We're still adapting, and it's because they've introduced this new 6th black suit, which makes the game significantly harder. Right, Steve did play the black 2, which is great. Paul, what's Paul gonna do? He's probably just gonna... He either clues or discards. Yes. The problem is the number of where the playable cards are. We've only got 6 cards left in the deck. Paul has got 2 cards that need playing. I've got 2 cards that need playing. Matt's got 2 cards that need playing. Matt will, I think, realise that that's the multicolour 5 because he can see the green 5 is in my hand. But he should play the white 4 first, which he knows about, because that enables Paul to play his white 5. And when it comes back round to me, I played the black 1, hoping that that's the black 1. The default, actually, Nick, for when you view this, is not to have it stacked, like the player hand stacked, but to actually have them like you would see them if they're sat around a table, which is quite different and takes some getting used to, and rather strangely, it doesn't fit on one screen, so you have to keep scrolling up and down, which is why we've stuck with the stacked view. But if you play on Boardgame Arena, you should check it out and see what the round the table view looks like, because it's quite nice to play if you're not trying to stream or something. Right, so yes, Matt's played the 4, that's great. Dave, what did Dave do? He discarded, which is... he needed to do because we'd run out of clues. So I still can't play the green 5, but I'm pretty sure I can play the black 1. So I'm just going to play that. Yep, it's the black 1. And that gets us a clue back. Like the 5s in the other suits, when you play a black 1, you get a clue back. Steve has got nothing that needs to be played, but he does have a clue, and he's used it to tell me about my green 5. I think that's just to keep the turns moving. Oh no, it's a finesse, of course. It's a finesse because we're missing the green 4. So I knew it was green, but what he's really doing is telling Dave that he's got the green 4. That's what it means. Matt knows about his 5, so he should be able to play it. He can see. So we're going to do it. This is it. I don't believe it. We've finally got 30. Assuming we don't mess it up at the end here. There we go. So Dave plays. Let me put my earphones back in. Dave plays the green 4. I play the green 5. And then somebody has to tell Paul about the yellow 5. Let me unmute them. Unmute myself. We'll see if we can get this out. There we go. We had enough clues. That That was tight.
Wow.
And we finally managed it. Look at that. So
Yeah, no
how many
problem
points
at
we
all.
get? Oh my goodness, we got 6 points.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
I've gained 1 point today.
Yeah, we went -10 on the last round. So.
Net
that's
plus
true.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we finally did it. We got 30 points. So there were a couple of odd moments in that game. Any notable comments now that we're back?
So I assume when I clue Dave at the start about his 2-1s and he immediately plays the one on the chop,
Yeah.
that tells you what?
You knew you had which card in your hand then, Jonathan?
Because one of them was on the top. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'd worked out by the end that I had the black one on the top.
Yeah, but basically, as soon as it goes to the chop and we clue it, you should know it's black because Dave wouldn't play there. So if you've got a one on the chop and another one in hand, you just clue colour on the other one if you want to play that one. Yeah. So when you get told you've got 2 1s, one being on the chop, that's the only way to save if it's black. And the only reason you would play it is if you can see it.
Yes. Okay. That's nice.
So you should have worked out you had it then.
Yeah.
We missed a finesse when you did get told you had 2 1s. The black one was on the chop. The red one was in your most recent spot. We missed a finesse, and it started to go badly then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't give the finesse on my turn, and Matt couldn't do it on his because Matt didn't know he didn't have the red 2 himself.
Yes.
I had to save Paul's
Although
5.
He did end up cluing the red 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But we made it.
And there was a point where Dave and Matt both had the red 3 on the chop. But
Okay,
Matt's hand was 5, 2 green 3s and a red 3. So to save the 3, you have to clue 3. But then he's throwing the 5 away.
Yeah.
And Dave's hand was 5 and 2 3s.
Yeah.
To save Dave's, if you clue 3, he's going to throw a 5 away.
Yeah.
So I deduced my solution was to just finesse the green 2, and I was just going to let him misfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think if you let him misfire at that point, then he knows he's got some other cards that we haven't got time to save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just worried because, of course, I couldn't see the green 2, right?
I think my red clue confused people. So
yeah.
Well, so from the point of view of Matt's hand, so if you're looking at just Matt's hand, he's been finessed. He's played the green 3, and then his cards now it's a multicolored 1, red 5, a green card there's a 3, and then the red 3.
The red 3, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the green and the red 3, and so when Matt's hand is going to need sorting out. He's got the last red 3 that's going to be thrown away. And he's got a 5 that we can't save, so we can't just save the 3 because then he throws a 5 away.
Yeah.
So I really like Dave's clue of red for a couple of reasons. That when you then go back and stop him playing by cluing Matt 3, he knows the green 3 is not multicolored. He throws it away.
Yeah.
That worked.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. So, but you then misfired, and that stopped Matt playing.
Yeah, your misfire was like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah. But I couldn't fathom why the red clue. Why not just clue the one card?
Because you still have to tell him that the green card can be thrown away and that the other 2 cards can't be. And I think that was the way of doing it in the fewest clues.
Yeah.
And weirdly, it was really good that Dave gave that clue because Dave had the other red 3. So everyone, once Dave gives that, everyone else can see.
Yeah.
This is what's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
So I actually thought that I had the red 3 in my chop because people were playing really weird or like that. I don't know. I was like,
Dave's
I have
psychic.
the red 3 in my chop.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. I thought that maybe that was the case. I was like, right, well, if I get this red clue, Matt's going to play that. And then when we save with the 3, he knows that can't be the 2. So he also saves the red 5 as well. I'm not sure you could get rid of, you got rid of the green 3.
Yeah, drop the green 3.
You ditched it. It could have been multicolored, but
no, it couldn't because I've been green and red.
It's green and red.
Oh,
we need both colors.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, and then there was a later point where there were 2 black 2s on the chops as well.
Yeah.
But there were lots of things to clue, so it didn't look like they would both discard. So
at that point, I thought either Jonathan saves Steve's 2 or Jonathan discards, and then there's then Steve had like a clue to give to you, Paul. You had a 5 that was playable, or like, I don't think it goes discard there ever.
Yeah, shouldn't do.
We saved it, brought it back from the brink. All right, well, I will end the stream there. Thank you very much if you've been watching. We will be back next Wednesday, as always, 9 o'clock UK time. So if you fancy more hardcore Hanabi, which I think is what we're up to with this black suit at the moment, do join us next week. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.